Alright, welcome back. This is Cult of Elections, and today we're going to be going over a 2024 election night map scenario that has Governor Andrew Cuomo from New York going up against President Donald Trump. Cuomo has come out and said he's not interested in running for president, but you never know how things might shift. So, let me just start off by delegating some safe states here. The standard, of course. These aren't flipping. New York isn't flipping. For one, Maine 2nd District. Illinois should be it. Okay. And for Trump, he's would likely maintain his strongholds here. Perhaps. Alright. I almost put Ohio in the safe category. Alright. And you could say that some states wouldn't quite be safe. Missouri, South Carolina, even Mississippi. Things like that. But in my opinion, they would be safe in this scenario. Along with Alaska. I don't think Cuomo would exactly appeal to Alaskans that much. And I forgot to delegate New York. I knew something seemed a little off. Okay. So here we go. I think, okay, in terms of likely states, I'm going to start with Cuomo, Colorado, New Mexico, Virginia. They have been states that have been trending a lot more blue recently. And Cuomo is someone who's pretty far left, however, not that far necessarily. And I've stated in previous videos that I don't think the far left candidates would do particularly a good job in the Electoral College map. But I think Cuomo would do a fairly good job. I can also delegate New Hampshire and Maine at large in the likely category as well. In the likely category. And I say that because it's the Northeast reach, too. That would change a lot in terms of likely states for the GOP. I think in this scenario, Texas is likely. Iowa, Ohio, the standard pretty much. Forgot to delegate Montana as safe. Okay. Alright. And that should do it for likely states. I'm not going to go over Ohio and Iowa as much, but yeah, Texas I think would move back to the likely column. In this, I don't think Cuomo would have a lot of outreach over in Texas and a lot of parts in the country that outside of the Northeast. He would have a struggle. Alright, so let's get some lean states in. I put Nevada in lean because rock solid Nevada past 4 years and counting. It's been holding very steady in terms of their opinions. I put Pennsylvania, again, because of that Northeast reach in the Cuomo column in this scenario. And yeah, Minnesota, I think would move from the likely column to the lean column. I don't think he would reach as much to Minnesotans as other more centrist candidates would, but I still think he would win the state and carry it as a whole. Lean states for Trump here. I think Florida becomes a lean, well, it already was a lean state in 2020, along with North Carolina. They did it with Joe Biden running as a centrist candidate, and there's no reason why they wouldn't do it again with a farther left candidate. So yeah, he would have a lot of firepower to bring in these states. I'm going to switch over to... Ooh, sorry. Maine's first district is safe, not the second. And the second I'm going to put in the lean column for Trump. Again, but the whole North Carolina, Florida thing, they voted for him twice. Nothing crazy there. I think Nebraska's second district flips back to Trump's column here, because Cuomo wouldn't have a very good outreach there. As for Arizona and Georgia, I'm going to put them in the lean Republican, lean Trump column. I mean, again, with the whole, I don't think Cuomo would have the outreach here. I really don't think he'd have the outreach in these states. Maybe Arizona a little bit, but definitely not Georgia. I think he would struggle hard in these areas here. Arizona, trending blue. Georgia's been trending blue too, but I think the outreach would definitely put that to a halt, a screeching halt, especially if Joe Biden's approval rating isn't as good as people might think. And if it isn't, then why would people vote for a farther left candidate? But if it is, this map could completely change. And it may. So that leaves 2 states here, Wisconsin and Michigan. Now, these aren't necessarily tilt states, but I'm going to put them in that column. I'm going to start with Michigan. Michigan has been the hardest of the 3 Rust Belt states, between that, Wisconsin, and Pennsylvania, for Republicans to flip. It was the same in 2020. And I think Cuomo would just barely take Wisconsin because possible Detroit outreach. He might be able to speak to those voters a lot, and what he's done in the state of New York, which is mainly New York City and a couple other major cities. So I think he would be able to speak fondly there. However, not in the state of Wisconsin. I think that would tilt for Trump as well. So this is a fairly close map. Have a lot of tilt states, but that's just like the 2020 map. A lot of tilt states there. And actually, if you look at it in this light, if we flip Nebraska's second district to the Democrat column here, it would still put Trump in the victory. And guess what? This is the same map as 2020, except Wisconsin, Arizona, and Georgia are flipped. You change 45,000 votes across these 3 states. That's it. Just 45,000. And then move it over to the 2024 Electoral College map, which gives more to Texas and Florida, which would help the GOP. And guess what? Instead of because if these flipped in the 2020 map, it would be a tie. It becomes a Trump victory. So, as long as the GOP can hold on to Texas and Florida, this map does look pretty good for them. But with these being tilt margins, it is definitely easy to say that Cuomo could win one of these states for 3 separate reasons. Definitely. However, this is just the way I see it. December 10th, 2020. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Be sure to like the video and subscribe for more daily content. Peace.